Hey guys, it's Tarkin coming at you with another game of Geometry Dash. We're back on Death Moon again. 42% is the best. We're gonna go to practice mode and just, get further, bash some attempts in, and see if we can improve things before our hands go numb, or until the controller breaks, whichever is first. Like, I shouldn't be dying here. This part we're good at, relatively good. The mini wave, I think, is what it is called. That one's more challenging. We do die here periodically. This is not a good place to start it, but this is also not where... Yeah, we'll back it up some. Because this is a good place to start. I'm solid at this portion, though. I think we'll just bash a lot of attempts here. Because this is the bottleneck. I lose a lot of... Not there. Later, it's in this section right here that I tend to be dropping lots of attempts at. So we'll... Yeah, we just need to practice this until we stop messing up like that. Like, I should know that angle isn't safe. But if you hit really precise timings, then you don't have to worry. That's not what I meant. That's not it at all. Then we got this little ship thing, which is easy enough. Ah, well. Anyway, and that's just about as far as we've gotten for real, but... then we've got like a big wave section that will definitely be able to get like percentage boost on. We just got to get there. So my play for the rest of the level, even though I don't like remember it, is fine. It's not it's not all as bad as what you're seeing here. But with enough repetitions, I believe we can improve this segment at least some. Yeah, because doing that, just hitting the timings where we want the mini wave to go all the way down, that's much superior to zigging and zagging, but of course you can't try to overcorrect. Or rather, you can't correct if you've making a mistake. Oops. You're not supposed to jump there. I think you could jump the one before that one and be fine. Yeah, much better. Much better on the angles here. Ah, well, that's a wall. Still, it's fine. You know, we're doing better there, and that angle, that's better, because like I die a lot there where we're trying to like weave the line together, and it's just better to be taking the straight shots. So we'll just, yeah, and then here, you know, you want to not do that. We'll work on the UFO just a bit for the practice. We do fine-ish on it. But if we can just string a mini wave section like that, like we've been doing really well, then I think we can definitely get some advancements here in the stream before too long. And, you know, the diamonds, I don't always do so good when that section transitions into the diamonds, but we'll just get some practice with it. Not like that, we won't. Not like that, we won't. See, by taking the angle badly there, we still managed to live, but, well, not ultimately. Ah, well, you know, ideally not that. So we'll probably move the checkpoint up here in a bit just to get some more practice on the diamonds. You know, we've gotten, as I die repeatedly in very, very poor exhibitions of skill and decision making, I'm like, yeah, we've gotten better at it. Yeah, like I said, you know, we're doing so much better. Just awesome. Really making dramatic improvements. That's my takeaway. Oh, 25 to 52. Hey, Tiny Zilla, how's it going? 25 to 52 is not a bad little segment there, right? It's not bad. remember what comes after the wave there. Is it that boring little cube part where I'll still probably die? Oh, bash my head on the thing. You're feeling mid? Well, hopefully you can turn that into a better day, you know, and if not, that's alright. There's plenty more days to come. Feeling medium is not too bad after all. Do I know 9 circles? Someone has shown it to me before. Ah, well. You did it 87 and 85%? Oh no. 87 twice. That's rough. ENC, regarding that custom, if you want to put the ID in chat, I'll like add it to the list or whatever. But it's all Death Moon, all stream today. I don't want to say I have a good feeling. I have a medium feeling. I have a medium feeling that at any moment I can learn how to play the game right and get it together. But I tend to be a focused. That's not the right word. An exclusionary kind of guy whenever I game. I only play one level at a time, kind of thing. And I don't want to play any other Geometry Dash levels until I beat this one or give up on beating it forever. Are we gonna do good today, Q? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. We've got a couple like 25 to 50, 25 to 52 in the practice session so far. But, you know, there's still a lot of level left to play. Whoopsie, that's bad. Yep. So, you know, we've done a couple of those, and that's not like a particularly hard wave section, so we'll be able to get through that. You know, eventually. I'll probably move the checkpoint up. Because again, like, do I need to get better at this part specifically? Yes. But am I confident we're going to get any better? Not really. And really what I'd like to do is move the checkpoint up, practice a little bit more further, and then get into some real attempts. Because it's like, at a certain point when you're practicing, you know, when you're like, well, if I'm here at 25 and I just got to 55, wouldn't it be really annoying if I, you know, completed the level? You know, you allow yourself to dream. Button got stuck there. Button was still stuck there. That was me. I just didn't react in time. All right, this is not a great checkpoint. This is not a great checkpoint. We're gonna back it up. I keep on cracking right there. I just need to be planning on a different angle. I'm looking at it the wrong way. You can tell by the way I die. Okay, there we go. Let's die there too. Yeah, because then you just do this thing, right? And apparently you can die there. That's pretty funny. And then it's this little bit. And then you just hold through this whole next section. So if we get here, we'll either die for something stupid or get like a huge boost in our best. Or run into that thing. Okay, whatever. Have I practiced the second half off? I've done the 75 to the end several times, right? And this is pretty close there, because then you just got to do this bit, right? I say right and then mess it up, but you know, just that bit, and then yeah, it's just the dual wave bit, which I don't find particularly challenging, although I'll probably mess it up. And then the last 10% is free, essentially free. Like I said, you know what? We've got this, even though I can't jump over like a dual spike on the ground. But yeah, you just hold through this, and you just keep a rhythm there, and apparently die at the end of it anyway. But yeah, so. I hate everything. Sure. What? Okay, whatever. Apparently it's a lot easier to die in that part than I thought, and I look forward to dying there when it matters. Again. What? I'm so bad. I don't even know why I'm dying there. Am I on controller? Yes. Yeah, I play with a Xbox controller. Terrible. Monitor, it's an Asus. I forget the model number. It's a 60 hertz 4K panel. It's IPS. Uh, 60 hertz. But yeah, I have nerve issues with my hands. I had surgeries which helped out immensely, but they're still not perfect. So like games that are very clicky or that require just a lot of like index feature motions over and over, I cannot play, not for extended periods of time. So this allows me to play plenty of Geometry Dash. If I could play with a mouse, then I would be like, I don't want to be like, I would be better at the game. I would though, especially like stuff like Ship and Wave. Whenever I allow myself to play with a mouse, I can definitely see how much better I would be if I could use one, but it just, my hand goes numb too quick. So unfortunately, the controller is where we're linked to. Yeah, I've had this monitor for ages. I must have gotten it 7 years ago. Oh. You say I'm doing all right for a controller player? Well, thank you. Ah, terrible. Yes, watch as I jump into the roof. Skill, grace, talent. All of it, all of it, all. Hey, that was attempt number 182. Blink-182, great band. Big fan of them in my youth. I'm, of course, an old person now. I still do listen to Blink-182, though. Not all the time. But I love both punk music and stuff that is absolutely not punk music, but that is played fast. And Blink-182 has both kinds of music. Okay, we're gonna get through this. What? Yeah. What about this one spike with two little spikes around it? Okay, so that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm inputting one more time than we're supposed to there. So it's just 3 of the upside down ones that I'm hitting for. And then we hold. And then it's 3 inputs there. Oh, come on. What? And you don't jump when you go through the portal or you die. And you don't jump too early there or you die. And you don't do that or you die. I'm learning so much. Yeah, I've learned so much. Don't do any of these things that I'm doing. You can learn from my example. If you want to know if you should do that thing, don't do that. I jumped at the end again. All right, we're gonna do this section until I remember not to jump at the end again. Terrible. And you hold there. If you don't hold there, you die. And you gotta hold right as soon as you get out of the portal, but probably not before. Bad. Okay. Hey, Evan. How's it going? Alright, and there's that, and then we've got this little thing, and I don't even remember what happens here. Okay, yeah, it's this section, so... Well, we won't die there. Yeah, alright, so that's good for that. Alright, so this part is not that hard, right? You just only look at one of them and you pretend the other one doesn't exist until the end. And then you don't do that. You say you went earlier today at like 10:30? Yeah. It's my day off, so I was able to stream for a while, a decent hour. There were so many people in that stream. None of them were talking. I'm not sure what was up with it. I mean, like, sometimes people don't talk, right? But it was considerably more people than I've ever had in a stream, and none of them talked at all. And they were all there for, like, a while. So I don't know if YouTube was just, like, sending people to it whenever they finished their video or whatever. But it was, like 50 people. At the end, it was like 44, 45, something like that, which again, like, that many people don't watch me. I did notice that it was too many people. And yeah, but we'll see what pans out. Sometimes they give you stats when you're streaming, and then like a couple of days later they change a bunch of them, and you're like, oh, okay, that's something was going on that was wonky. But Yeah, the only people that talked were like people I already knew basically, or like there might have been like 3 or 4 people that chatted the whole time, right? But like out of 50 or 45, it was just very strange indeed. But I know sometimes autoplay will send people places. There's this guy who's real-time strategy commentary videos I watch all the time, Turin. He doesn't know who I am. I'm just a fan. But he'll talk sometimes in his streams about how like there's so much people there, and he's like, I think YouTube just sends me people like after they're asleep, and I'm just like, well, I watch your videos to go to sleep too on purpose, in addition to the entertainment value. So. Yeah, I think it was 45, like 47 at the peak. So 50's like, not true. That's rounding up too much, but yeah, it was a ton. And like some of them were there for like an hour, right? It wasn't like a spike of it. Like it was like 34 to 45 for like an hour. I'm talking about metrics too much. It's not really my preferred thing to do, but it was strange. Ah, okay. Well, so if you allow them to become decoupled in the middle, then you have to remember how it works. So you just need to, well, not do any of this. You got 56 on your 79th attempt on close up. Oh, on your new account. I'm like, what do you mean? That's not right. That's not fair. It took me 2,600 attempts to even get through it on practice. But I am, of course, very bad, as I don't need to tell you. You're seeing me die at this very slow part, but we're just going to practice it some, and it's going to be... Okay, I have never died this much on the end as I have here. Man. Maybe I'm looking too close to the icon. Maybe I gotta look like slightly lefter on the icon. Because I'm looking right at it for this, but then maybe when we get to the end, we gotta look slightly lefter. That's a direction. It's when you look slightly lefter than before. Nope, not that far left. Let's try righter. Try using less clicks at the end there. Ah, yeah, so we could just like go down the whole line and then zoom up. Okay, I didn't even think of that. Hit it at an angle. Yeah, and then you can just hold up and get a clean line there. Yeah, vastly superior. Thank you. Great idea. Ah, crash. We'll just bash this out some. Well, slightly. Badly. Ah, come on. Well. Well, yeah, in a way, it's satisfying to draw the little squiggly lines, but it's also very satisfying to me on Wave to draw a long line that skirts like right at the edge of where the dangerous thing was. All right, so over, under. You're right. Yeah, I just got to do those in the right order because you can't be on the wrong trajectory on the mini ship there. Ah, well, so, don't do that either. Don't do any of that. Do I know where the start position is? Yeah, I know that it exists. I haven't used anything like that. But, like, I understand the concept. I don't know how to do that. I mean, I don't immediately know how to do that. I absolutely could figure out how to do it. I don't want to do it right now, though. Like I understand in a non-hardware kind of way how computer games work, and I can mod them, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I don't know how to do it. Actually, I just know that I can figure it out if I Google it. And it gives me anxiety to learn things in front of people. Well, to learn stuff like that. Not like a video game. Not like I'm learning anything here. Alright, so we're gonna die there like a lot, right? On actual attempts. Because it's just too fast. I mean, we can practice it some. Yeah, we're just gonna die here a lot. But we can just get one that works. Not like that. Because I've already gotten this segment to the end, like, I think 5 or 6 times total. Not in this playthrough. Stuck. Alright, unstuck. I was just trying to practice that wave part enough to where I felt, like, good about it. Now, well, you know, it wasn't supposed to go down like that, but, you know, the, all we gotta do is get to the end, and then eventually it'll eventually work, you know. Because the last part of the level is quite easy. I mean, it's free, right? The last bit is. I mean, you could technically die on it. I think. You'd have to try, though. You'd have to really try. Ah, right. They got the little invisible dude. Ah. Bonked my head. Bonked the front of the rocket ship. Equally bad. Some would say even worse. Sir Green Blockington's just as dead either way, though, so perhaps it's not too important. But that's right, the roof is safe there. I always forget. That was almost bad. Ah! Yep. Yeah, because you can go on the roof there, which matters a lot. Okay, yep. I thought I was already dead. Oh, well, that's bad. UFA is a horrible game mode. You know, I find it interesting, but only, like, at the skill level that I'm at. I can imagine it's much more annoying if you have to be more precise, but I think it's interesting how you can use, you know, the sort of gravity of the physics to get through segments in ways that are a little novel, how you can, like, sometimes, like, sort of hiccup a stutter down or, like, hit a few times and then, like, fall in through a door. Like, I think that's pretty cool. I like the way that you feel when you're operating the UFO. It's so pleasantly bouncy. But I didn't play that game everybody compares it to, so maybe compared to the true Flappy Bird experience, it's, you know, inferior. Ah, well. Right. You gotta go a little higher there. I remember. Blah. Ah, that's the progress bar. I thought the roof was safe above that that artifact there. It was not. Blah. Terrible. How do I like tornadoes? You know, I'm not a huge fan of them, but they have avoided hitting my house. How much do they interest me? Well, they happen next to me all the time. Just last week, I bought a celebratory. The tornado didn't mess up my house whenever it knocked that tree off of the house. Pizza, so that was tasty. But I'm not like really into them. I don't know, like a 3. It's more like that's the natural disaster where I live. Yeah, I live in Central Arkansas. We have had many, many tornadoes in the last month or so. Like, whenever I went to get my celebratory, that tree limb didn't hit my house pizza. I saw, like, a tree knocked over on a power line. I saw a tree knocked over that had torn the side of this person's house out, you know, and that was, you know, light damage. It wasn't even, like, a bad one, you know. It was just, like, a bunch of wind. I've seen much, much worse. They are fascinating, but, yep, there's something about the way that your blood turns cold when the tornado siren goes off. They do a great job with the sound of making you feel like, oh, I am in danger. This is probably pretty real, huh? We die at 88 again. Of course we do. But as far as like natural disasters go, I'm not that interested by them. Like either like poetically or like abstractly. Like I think like floods are much more interesting. And we jumped and hit the roof. All right, don't do that when we get there. Man, if I did that for real, I would lose my mind. Because that's like the beginning of the free portion. But apparently you can jump and die. So don't do that. Let that be a lesson to me. Yeah, so here you just straight fly. It gives you tons of time at the end to adjust. It's not like a quick thing, but you could theoretically crash into the steps there. Yeah, I really want to beat it. I mean, I'm probably on like 4,000 attempts now or whatever. And 74 to 100, yeah, pretty decent. And of course, like the part right before that is easy enough to get through too, theoretically. So we'll just bash this out a little bit more. Yeah, I've done 74 to 100, probably like I think that's the sixth. There's no word harder to say than 6th. Sixth. The sixth attempt. I'm just gonna be here trying to enunciate my words for a year. You say 4K is crazy for you, Easy Demon? Well, I'm not very good. Look, I'm not going to do the thing. I'm not going to say if I could play with a mouse, then I bet I could beat it already. But, you know, we're all working with what we got, you know. I mean, it took me 2,500 to beat Shiver. I'm playing on a Xbox controller. And you know, sometimes the button sticks and it messes up runs, and It's only like 2 weeks old, but I've already pressed 30,000 buttons because of Geometry Dash, and that button's been A, and then so. Bye, Alex. Thank you for the luck. You wish it was on the Switch. Is it not? That's interesting. I guess it makes sense that not everything would be. Because it's like a mobile game, principally, or rather also. I don't know the history of it. But I know whenever I talk about playing it, people are always like, isn't that a mobile game? I'm like, no, I'm on a rather stationary computer. You're going to try to tell you if anything interesting happens? Well, it's probably just going to be me failing at Geometry Dash for a while, but... It might have to do with Nintendo's stance on customizable content being in the games. I'm not sure, though. I don't know. They also might have just not wanted to do it. But probably there was some, business decision that led to it, I imagine. Most people want their games to be on all of the platforms abstractly as a developer. Hello, Pekka. It is nice to see you. How are you? We are failing at Geometry Dash. Ah, well, that's not the safe roof. The safe roof was the earlier one. Weak, pathetic fool. Why am I so bad? Don't answer. I don't want to know. Oh, hello, Sans again. You got tired of being bones? It can get cold walking around with only bones. I need to play Undertale again. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe. Because I only played the one playthrough that I ever did. Which I did on stream. But I know that, the axe forgets, but the forest remembers. So I'm interested to see how additional playthroughs of the game go. It's been talked up, I already know that the game remembers what I do. I knew that going in. Well, I don't know if a gamer person even one who avoided Undertale until 2025. Hey, Bouncy, how's it going, man? Congratulations on your Sonic Wave completion. I was checking that out the other day. I don't think I left a comment. I should have, though. I should have done. But big congrats, dude. That's awesome. So happy for you. Yeah, we're like 4,000 attempts in here. And we've converted this last segment a few times. I think we're ready to start trying to push the best up. As I miss again. Anyway, so if I do that, I'll probably cry. No, that's not saying anything. I cry all the time. I'll probably say no. That sounds more appropriate. Because I mean, like, it's never fun to die on a decent run, but if you die at like the easy part right at the end of the run where all you have to do is get into a tunnel, that'll be like dying at 97% on Shiver. Well, you know, but that's what, like, I think that's 374 to 100s now that we've done here, and, you know, the earlier segments are pretty good. We might back up the, yeah, we'll back it up a bit just to, past that, where are we at? No, beyond that too. I'm like, we don't need to practice that part, certainly, or this part, or that part. All right, so... yeah, I mean, at this point, we might as well just be doing the whole map. But let's see if we can, you know, not drop like a stone. You know, whatever. That's all for the practicing. All right. So the count is 4,129 so far, and now it's time to change the title of this stream to Death Moon, and I'm sure that we'll be able to modify that title triumphantly here before too long. But it's a promising day. Let's see how we go here. Okay, that's not a great beginning, but now that we're holding, should be fine. After all, after playing the level 4,000 times, you would expect me to be good at it. You'd be wrong. But you know, life is about setting your own standards, right? It's not about what other people can do. I'm not trying to build you a bridge here. I don't have to fit anything. All I have to do is remember that it goes 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then that's all you got to do, right? It's all anybody has to do to have a charmed run is remember all of their training. There are thousands of trainings. It's all anybody has to do. Ah, terrible. Yes, indeed. The person you speak of is here. He's a friend of the channel and he watches sometimes. Please be cool, guys. Please don't make him deal with his fame and beloved nature. You know, just chill and have a good old time. But what demons have I been? I don't know if I've done any since we've said. So it's just been the Nightmare Shiver, Lightning Road, and Platinum Adventures, and then I took a long break. I didn't play at all for probably like a month and a half. I was playing other stuff, and then I was like, you know, well, you can run right into that. And I figured I'd pick it back up, and then this was the one that was recommended by a viewer, because I was like, you know, all these orb timings and having to remember whatever, and they're like, this is a nice old level, it's beloved for, you know, bad, for being, you know, built in the 1.9 system, so it doesn't have all the newfangled stuff that frustrates me, like moving parts. But I don't know what I'll play next. Another easy demon for 5,000 iterations, no doubt. I shouldn't even be talking about that. I should be focused on how I can't beat this level, not on what I'll do in the future after I do a thing. Oh, and Bouncy, I did check out, you kept telling me, and I kept forgetting to check out the actual, like, level music to Clutterfunk. You're right, I did not know what it would be like, and it's awesome! Man, what a cool track. I ripped it onto my playlist for work. Every now and then I'll have some video game music. Terrible. And someone will be like, is this from X or Y game? I'm like, yes, it is. Which, it doesn't make me feel great. I think if you listen to music, you should not, you know, you shouldn't insult the listener by ever playing anything they've heard before. That's my philosophy for closing the restaurant. They're like, who's this? I'm like, oh, this is my friend's band. He's not really a musician. He's a PhD chemist. But anyway, they're called Supermassive. Enjoy. That's not a joke, by the way. If you guys want to check out the band Supermassive, it's my friend's band. They're excellent. They don't really play or anything, you know. They just dropped an album like 10 years ago, but I really like it. I listen to it all the time. I crashed. Supermassive. It's all one word. It's possible you've heard it, but it's not likely. But the album is called Major Major. It's like, you know, rock and roll and they sing and stuff, but it's I love it. I think it's good stuff. They've got like some nice, you know, instrumentation, and the vocals are fine, and the you know, the lyrics are good. It's it's a good band. And you know, as a connoisseur of music, you know, because I, you know, had like my emo kid punk rock era back whenever I was, you know, 15, and then also 30, and then also, you know, 38. Yeah, I'm still an emo kid. Like the Not a Surf song says, I'm just a happy kid stuck with the heart of an old punk. And, or is it a sad punk? Yeah, that's the line. Stuck with the heart of a sad punk. There you go. Anyway, Not a Surf, another great band. It's just going to be a music recommendation stream now. It's like, do you guys want to know what I listened to in 2003? Good. Not my friend's band Supermassive. They weren't out yet. You guys know the Postal Service? That's a good one. That's Death Cab for Cutie's solo project. You know Death Cab for Cutie? That's a good one. They're still a band. I saw a show for them not too many years ago. Anyway, I'm digressing too much. This music's too jaunty. It's fine. It's like sort of Stardew-ish. I feel like I should be breaking rocks and planting crops to it, not jumping into walls. The music in the background, sorry, I'm not sure. It's in the YouTube audio library. All of this stuff is in the YouTube audio library. It's just on random, so I never know like what it is. I downloaded like, you know, several hundred of them, and that's what it is. It's like not like direct from the library, but I think if you check the description, you can find what the songs were. But yeah, they're all freely available to YouTube creators. So if you watch, you know, other YouTube videos, it's highly likely that you'll have heard, you know, some of these songs around somewhere else. But it's rare that I actually know the names of them. Ah, man. Oh, no. Why did I crash there? Anyway, I was like, this music is awesome! And then I died. It's still awesome, though. It's very satisfying. I should make a Geometry Dash level to this music. No, I'm pretty sure that's not in the terms of service of the music itself. Say you think they patched the exploit. Hello, Pear. How are you? Ah, come on. We're just totally devolving. We're going to be dying at 4% again soon. I mean, that was a 4%, but you know what I mean. Regularly dying at 4%. Okay, we came in through there upside down. I made a mistake. Let's not do that. All right. What? No, no, come on! Sinking like a stone right through the portal. Pathetic. You know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes I just don't hit it. That's fine. Whatever. You know, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm not annoyed. I didn't have a good feeling that whole time. Anyway, it's fine. I'm not feeling any of the feelings that I have. They're gone already. If you lie to yourself, sometimes it works. This isn't like good life advice, but it is advice. Sometimes, if you lie to yourself very carefully, you can believe it. So you must be very careful what you tell yourself. But if you just say, this is fine, I'm fine, this is fine, it can even sometimes feel true. See, I feel fine already. And we'll just chill through this, easy peasy, nice and safe. Well, you know, that was a little slow. That was a little slow, wasn't it? But you know, we'll just try not to do that again. A little slow running into the wall. Yeah, don't get too excited. You got to remember, I am terrible. Ah, well, you know, okay. That's a nice 0% death there. That's, you take that one to the bank. Cash that in for the 3 cents it's worth. Ah, wonderful. Wonderful stuff. You know, when I was a kid, I didn't want to be in band because I didn't want anything to get in the way of my time playing video games. But the ability to tap my foot and do things rhythmically is handy for playing video games. So I guess I should thank my lucky stars that I got to be a percussionist. I ran into the sun. Well, you know, so as I was saying about timing, sometimes you can just run right into the sun, and that tapping your foot won't help you with that. So that's another thing I've learned. Me. All right, let's not. Ah, you joking. I apparently clipped the bottom of one of those little smaller suns. Not ideal. Yeah, Bouncy, I guess maybe I shouldn't care at all. I just like I don't want it to happen. I'm extremely averse to stuff like legal action. Like, you know, I'll talk trash about like, you know, Napoleon, but I don't want to I don't want to get a notice from like a lawyer ever. You're not allowed to ignore them. And like I have mail on my table right now. I have a Christmas card. I know who it's from. I like them. I haven't opened it. That's my stance on mail, that I will leave it on a table for 6 months when I know I like the person who sent it to me. unopened. So like the idea of getting it from a lawyer, I would just never open it, and then they would eventually, like, I don't know, shoot me. I think they can do anything they want to you if you don't answer the mail. But yeah, maybe it would be fine. Maybe they don't shoot you. Like sometimes on my Minecraft streams or whatever, I'll read a poem that I like, but I always make sure that the poem is in the public domain. I don't want some poet coming at me with a pitchfork. Because like you can read some Robert Frost stuff on the internet, but some Robert Frost stuff you're not allowed to read, like the stuff late in life. You gotta make sure that you're in the old. I call it the statute of limitations. It's not what it is. It's the public domain. Statute of limitations is the amount of time that they can charge you for a crime. Once they, have the information. Oh, we die again. Yes, you think I'm ready for an easy medium demon? Well, as I said before, you're getting ahead of yourself just like I was earlier. I'll probably be on this level for another like 2,000 attempts. I'm very bad. Think you get into legal trouble from using copyrighted songs on YouTube. Okay, yeah, I have like an enthusiastic amateur interest in the law. I wanted to be a lawyer whenever I was a child, and I still read, like Supreme Court cases and stuff. And I've got friends that are lawyers and stuff. But like, I'll look into it. I never have. I figured, like, there's so much stuff I don't know about. I don't pretend to know about it, but I'm averse anyway. Like. Every time I see some video and they're like, "This is fair use," and I'm like, "Is it really though?" Like, I'm not really an expert on the law, but I bet you're not actually allowed to do reaction videos. I bet you're not. I bet if they cared, then you're not allowed to. But maybe you are, and I just don't know. Because, well, philosophically, I would like to be like, yeah, of course, you should be able to use stuff and talk about it. I happen to know that the law does not care about that. I don't know what the law is, but I know that it is specific and not abstract. But yeah, I should definitely look into it. Because if all they do is like break your kneecaps, then I mean, I could deal without walking. I just don't want them to shoot me. If all they do is like threaten me a little bit, like I can deal with that. I've been threatened before. Okay. Yeah, we're never going to beat this. It's alright. I'm cheerful about it. I don't... Let's tell a lie. How do we want to phrase the lie? I don't think there's anything wrong with failing a lot. Isn't that a nice lie? That sounds like the sort of thing I should believe. Bye, Bouncy. Thanks for stopping by, man. Hope you have a good one. I crashed. Alright. Alright. No, no, why? I just strongly felt that I had hit an input there. I didn't. I clearly didn't. Every 200 times we get there, and then we just fall like a stone. Like, I just want to get 1% more than this best. I just want to be able to hang a new percent on, and then I can do something else with my life. I can turn into, like, I don't know, a star, a orange ball of pain, red ball of rage. That's not one of the names of the songs. I believe it's orange ball of rage. You'll be interested to know that these are all names of Mountain Goat songs. Oh, I removed it from the title whenever we moved to the practice. Yeah, my best is 42%. 4,186 attempts. But who's counting? Fortunately, the game is. Okay, you can't jump twice there. Got it. The Mountain Goats? Oh, the Mountain Goats are like my favorite band, or my second favorite band technically, but they're basically my favorite band. I talk about them all the time on my Minecraft videos because there are Mountain Goats, and then I say a thing like, what's the best Mountain Goats song? There's several schools of thought. So the Mountain Goats have like 30 records, so there's a lot of different songs that could be the best. But there was this Orange Ball series, so it'd be like Orange Ball of Pain, you know, Orange Ball of Love, that kind of thing. So we had a few songs like that. You say you're gonna go into a state of insanity from watching. I have made people crazy before. But yeah, I'm doing this till we beat it. Or until I give up. Or until I quit the game. Whichever happens first. I mean, or, you know, like, also, until I hit the stream. I'm not, like, definitely beating it today. In fact, it looks like we're not even going to get a personal best. It looks like we're not going to get past that UFO where it sinks like a stone. If we even get there again. But that's okay. After all, failure... Failure can be illuminating. Misery. Okay. We can die there too. I am never, ever, ever getting out of here ever. I have not already played Dear Nostalgia. My 4 demons are the Lightning Road, the Nightmare, Platinum Adventures, and Shiver. But my 5th demon is either going to be Death Moon or... I don't know. I have not even conceived of giving up on the level yet. If I got to play it 6,000 more times, that's just what I'll do. Captain Ahab didn't find that whale overnight, you know. Call me Ishmael. And yes, I know that I was mixing the literary references there. You're allowed to do that when you've actually read the book. Imagine my despair as a child when I learned that you were not allowed to hunt whales on boats anymore like that. Melville did make it sound amazing. I should note, for like animal cruelty reasons, I do approve on the ban of hunting whales with harpoons, as it is observed in much of the world. But they still make it sound very excellent in the pages of Moby Dick. What a good book. I crashed into the wall. Your cat just ran over your keyboard? Ah. I wish I could have a cat. My brother's allergic. I love cats. Or rather, I like them a lot. I don't know if I can say I love them. I've never had one for a super extended period of time. But I have lived with women, and they had cats, and the cats liked me, and I liked them back. But of course, they were not my cats, and so I don't have them anymore. I often wonder what's become of those cats. I'm sure they're doing all right. Doing cat things. Ah, why? I did it again. Amazing. I don't deserve to beat this level. I'm not good enough to beat this level. We're gonna have to practice a couple thousand more times. It's the only way. Only by sacrificing poor Sir Green Blockyton on the altar of the Death Moon. When I'm gonna stop streaming? When I die. No, I'm not sure. Okay, button got stuck. At a certain point, I need to... It won't be like a super long time. I have a Discord call with a friend. He needs a consultation. You see, he plays a druid in World of Warcraft Classic, and I am a renowned expert in the ways of the feral druid. So I'm gonna give him some tips and tricks and pointers on how to turn into a bear and or cat and make yourself sad by not being better than other players, because that is the fate of the best feral druid in the game, is to be worse than all the other people that are good at having a class that's good. But you can still be better than all the other druids. But I don't know. I really, really wanted to get a personal best improvement, but we haven't gotten anywhere close to it this whole run. And I'm sort of despairing that we're going to. And talking about my celebratory, I didn't get hit by a tornado pizza made me realize that I could just get a celebratory It Is Wednesday pizza, and that would also taste good. So I was thinking about doing that. Hello, Angel. But probably like 30 more minutes. I would really, really like to just get a few percentage point improvement. Because that 42 was like 2,000 attempts ago, right? It feels like it. It may not have been that many. But I barely feel like I'm the same man that even achieved the 42% on Death Moon. You know, like, I've got a whole bunch of new cells since then. I've grown, like, nothing on top of my head where I'm bald, and, like, some of my mustache where I'm not. And I need to do better, you know. I need to improve those percentages. You just got an 83 on Bloodbath. Oh, that's rough. It's rough to come so close. But congratulations on that percentage. That's far. That's good stuff. Oh, sure. Oh, helium. No, man, so obnoxious. I why would I do that? I just want to do very slightly better than before. I want to see the little blue orbs dance across the screen. I want to hear the whooshing sound as they go into the other pile of blue orbs that I've never spent on anything. That's all I want. Is it too much to ask? It is. It is, because I'm bad and I should feel bad about it. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. I'm okay. You know, it's fine that I care more about Death Moon than it cares about me. Just gonna keep it casual. Alright. Are you kidding me? I hit it. I swear I hit it. It doesn't matter. I didn't. We didn't drop like a stone. We came through at a super weird angle. I don't... Just want a very slightly higher number on the screen. Well, even if the number doesn't go up, it's not like we haven't improved. Like, we got a lot better at the mini wave and like some of the other segments. We've definitely like got some improvements. Whether or not we're translating them into a quantitative improvement is irrelevant, and it got stuck. Amazing. I am terrible. All right. All right. Nah, well, you know, hey. I'm not upset about it. I'm not upset about it. I wish we could have gone further. Feels good anyway. Let's get that 52% in the description. Finally, an improvement, and a dramatic one. Finally, an improvement. You know, I knew if we could just get through that part that we would get there, but yeah. 10% up. Feels great. And you know, the last 10% is basically free, so really, if you think about it, it's not so far out. I'm just glad we finally got a little bit further. 52% seems a lot nicer than you know, than 42. Although 42 is, you know, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy number. I'm just going to pause in the middle of a run to change the music. Yeah, that's what's hot on the streets right now. Oh no, I have hit some button. There we go. Everything's the same again. Yeah, Q. Sorry you missed it, but yes, it was a rousing 52. A really beautiful run. I think I was complaining at the start, and then I stopped talking, as is tradition. Often, whenever I have a good run, it begins with me talking for the first 30% about how I'm never going to ever improve, and then I start shutting up whenever I'm like, hey, we're past the part where we die all the time. No, what? Anyway, that's another way you can die there. And I knew that. I really thought I had the timing better than that. But you've got a very narrow window where you have to input, but if you input right when you hit it, then it zoops you up. Zoop is the technical term. Go fish. Instead of go, you say fish. I like it, you know. Do a salmon, carp, tilapia. I'm not going to list all the fish names I know. I know a bunch of them. Aw. Okay, that's weird. Oarfish. I love oarfish. They are so cool. Aren't they cool? They are cool. You know they're cool because you wouldn't even know the name of them off the top of your head unless you knew how cool they are. You wouldn't. You wouldn't know it. I love oarfish. I think they're fascinating. I think, like, as a source of mythology and poetry, they're interesting as well. I like basically everything about them. I like how they get blamed for natural disasters. A pet? Yeah, there's a dog down here. Theoretically could have been my brother, but I doubt he'll be in here. Normally, if he's around, it's because he needs me for something that I forgot about. And he'll tap me on the shoulder. You'll see me jump out of my skin. But yeah, you probably saw like a dog's tail or something go around. That is the dog of the house. His name is Wally. He's a good old dog. Sir William Wallace III. There wasn't a one or two, you know. Well, there was a first William Wallace, of course, the revolutionary hero of, you know, late 1200s Scotland. But yeah, Wally's the best. He's a good old dog. He's old, so sometimes he spends a lot of time downstairs rather than upstairs where he'd rather be, because he's my brother's dog, right? You know, an animal has a person, and then they have other people in the house where they live. But he's a good dog, the best. He smells bad sometimes, but you know, what are you gonna do? He's a dog. I don't have much of a sense of smell, so I know that, you know, he's probably stinking even worse than I think he is, but sometimes when he wants to go outside, he will let me know by making the air smell incredibly foul, as if to say, hey, wouldn't you rather me do this outside? And I usually concede immediately. Sometimes he doesn't, you know, sometimes because he's a dog, he'll just do it, though. Like when we have people over playing Magic the Gathering, he'll go underneath the table and just make the air incredibly foul, just, you know, to let people know he's there. After all, he doesn't speak English, so it's hard for him to say hello. He does indeed deserve all of the belly rubs. He's a good dog. He's like a sort of Rhodesian Ridgeback / Pitbull / Lab looking mix kind of thing. He is a beautiful caramel color. He's very handsome. I'm always singing him songs about it. You know, about his handsome visage and his affable nature, about how everyone knows how good-natured and pure and kind he is, and all the other dogs in the world wish they could be like him. He usually looks at me like, are you still singing? But I know what he means is, I love that you wrote me this song. I say caramel for myself, but I say caramel as a Good Will Hunting reference a lot of the time. And for the color, it's always a caramel-colored dog with a little aura in there. But yeah, if I ever talk about having some caramels, then I have to say it like that because of the film Good Will Hunting. It's a better thing to ask somebody than if they want to have coffee. But no, like I technically have a southern accent, right? Like I own one. It's in my closet with the duffel bags of like suits I don't wear and stuff, right? But so I just choose how to say a word like that. I don't know how one develops their own accent, but you know, technically I have a southern accent, technically. More of it is just a thrilling access to the southern vernacular. Like I like to say y'all and stuff like that, but I think my prolix and tedious linguistic nature sort of keeps me from sounding too much like a southern person. I do like to troll foreign viewers by telling them that everybody from Arkansas sounds like me, which is of course the most untrue thing, but I think it's a very funny joke, so I like to tell it. I crashed again. Sinking like a stone, and I thought the times they were a-changing for Sir Green Blockington, but it was not to be. The loser now will later to win. Hello, Ibby. Thank you for your good luck wishes. I'm certainly going to need them since the UFO is stymieing all my attempts at advancement. No, it's not true. Ah, crash. It's not always the UFO after all. And I can't be too upset. We got a 10% jump. I was afraid we would play for an hour and a half and not get any better at all. No, not that the percentage going up is getting better. Like, I'm doing tons better with the mini wave. The 100 attempts we did or so earlier really helped. I'll probably die there now. Ah, come on. Bad angle. Went in through the top portal and the hold sent us into the hitbox. Feels bad. Those are just place names attached to fish. You can't just like be naming species, you know. You gotta do like genera. Genera, of course, is the plural of genus. I'm sure we all knew that. I even think that's true. I should learn Latin. I should stop playing video games and learn Latin. I've always wanted to know it. And then once I learn Latin, I can come right back. Do I know the level list? I have not personally played it, but I do know about it, yes. People talk about it a bunch. Fish names are fun. Some of them sound fake. Like, there's a local, like, freshwater fish around here called the crappie, which is spelled Crappie, which just does not seem like it's a real thing. But, you know, Southerns. I don't actually know where the crappie was named. It could have been from somewhere else. But we have them here. They make good eating. They're not, like, as good as, like, brim are. Brim are, like, the god-tier sunfish, in my opinion. When you get about, you can catch about 50 brim a person. I think you can get 50 sunfish a day. It was whenever I was a kid. And you go home and you fillet them up, and then you have a big old fry up. Brim are the best. Crappie alright, and you know, like walleye and stuff, they're fine. But brim, for my money, that's the best eating that there is for a fish that you can catch out of a pond or a stream around here. Some people like bass, and some people like trout, and some people like catfish, but I prefer brim. Labor intensive, of course, because they're quite small relative to, you know, most fish that you would think of. Like, oh yeah, this is a fish that weighs, you know, a pound. Well, no, it doesn't, but good eating. Someone died at 98% and they did a backflip. Well, I think that's just so there's an old bit of wisdom, which is a person who can do a backflip will show you they can do a backflip. So I think he just wanted to do one and realized that would be a good time to gain attention for his talent. I have a friend who swears anybody can learn to do a backflip in like an afternoon. They don't mean anybody, they mean anyone in like great physical condition who's comfortable flipping over backwards and who's brave. They were a gymnast once upon a time. They still technically are, probably. Anyone who does a backflip to show off as they do is still a gymnast. But something about the rotation of my face towards the floor makes me not want to do a backflip. I never liked doing flips, even off of like cliffs, jumping off into the lake or whatever. I was more of a jump straight down guy. Like, I'll jump off of the cliffs, that's fine, but I don't like flipping around while I'm doing it. That doesn't make me feel good. 50 feet into the water, 60 feet into the water, sure, let's go. You know, 60 is a little bit high, but he only does the backflips for extreme demons. Do you think he dies on purpose late so that he can do the backflip meme? That's what I would do. Jumping off a cliff does not seem right. Well, a charming story from my childhood, so... I used to be afraid jumping off cliffs too, whenever I was a child. And, you know, I was tentative. There's, what we call the lake, which is really just it's called Greer's Ferry Lake. It's not that close to where I live, but it's where like we vacationed whenever I was growing up. It's an artificial man-made lake, you know, like with a dam that covered this city. I digress. So Greer's Ferry, and they have like this island. Sometimes you can walk to it. Sometimes it's like the walkway is underwater, but they had some little cliffs there. And my Uncle Donnie, who was like in special forces and stuff once upon a time, anyway, he got bored of me being afraid to jump into the water, so he just like threw me in. He's like, if you start drowning, I'll come save you. And he threw me in. And then as soon as I hit the water, because I was a strong swimmer, I must have been like, like 6 or 7. I wasn't like a child. I could swim. And then I was like, this is fun. And then ever since then, I was okay with it. Because like I have no fear of water like at all, but the falling scared me. What is the drink? It is a strawberry C4. I'm not sponsored by C4. I'm just a fan. I like the way it makes your skin feel bad. I think it's a great energy drink. I'm only joking about that last part. I don't know if it making your skin feel bad is good. If it later turns out that I should have paid attention to that, then I'll feel foolish. Come on! Oh, that was close. Okay, well, that was bad. Why don't I change any icons? Well, I did change the very first, before I played any, I changed the icon because the position of like the mouth or the eyes is very slightly different, but now I'm attached to it. Like, my character's name is Sir Green Blockington, and sometimes I call him the Third, just like how Wally's technically the Third, but not really. And yeah, I'm just attached to him, he's me and I am him. He's my avatar in this world, and I could no more change his appearance than I could change my own. And I know you're saying you could change his or your own appearance, but why did I jump twice there? Yeah, it's a strawberry C4. That's what I was talking about that whole time, about like my skin and all of that. Yeah, a strawberry C4. It's a strawberry blast. It says it's for performance. I just like the way it tastes, and I love caffeine. Oh my goodness, do I just like caffeine so much. For my money, it's about the best thing about having a human nervous system. Oh, I don't like living without caffeine. I'm not a massive fan of living anyway. I shouldn't get too dark. Life is good, but I prefer it with caffeine. No, it's so good to be alive. I forget that sometimes. I forget it all the time, but it really is. It's hard to remember, when you're stressed out or suffering from whatever malady, how truly nice it is to be able to play the same level in Geometry Dash 4,300 times and then wake up the next day and do it again. And I don't ever want to lose sight of that, I want to be more positive about it. Okay, we crashed. Terrible. Hello, Fongloza. Fongloz 3. Terrible. Say root beer all the way. I do like root beer. I like the classic glass bottled kind IBC root beer. To go back to Lake Stories, that's like what we would have. I would have like one IBC root beer at the lake, out of a glass bottle. That would be the treat of the year. Some root beer has caffeine. Barks root beer has caffeine, and you can find root beer made by like breweries and stuff that has it. which a lot of people don't know that because they don't like think to, and it's usually expensive. But if there's like a local brewery around that makes, you know, beer, like proper beer with alcohol, often they will make a root beer as well. There's one in Little Rock, which is like it's a place called Vino's. It's like a pizza and beer joint, but principally it's a place to go and see shows. And I went there about 100 times whenever I was in high school and such, going to punk and emo shows and hardcore shows and stuff like that. It's like a smaller venue. It's awesome. But they have a root beer that they make in-house, and it's amazing. I drank it all the time whenever I was too young to drink beer. And now that I don't drink alcohol anymore, I still, if I'm in Little Rock, will stop by and get one. Because, well, a nice mass-produced root beer is great. One that they make in the cool copper-looking vats is pretty excellent, too. Yeah, just a couple fishes, please. Not so many at a time. I love the enthusiasm. But word. I look totally away. Why did I, in the middle of a run, decide to think, I wonder what time this stream is at? It's 1 hour and 45 minutes. That's a good amount of length to be playing. My hand was starting to act up a little bit, so we're gonna have to end it pretty soon. But I'll try to do a couple more. But it's that's all the clicking we're gonna get for the day, or rather, almost all the clicking. Unfortunately, this ridiculous human body that I am trapped within has all of these limitations that I don't personally have. You're gonna play some club step? Well, good luck. I'm never gonna beat club step. I'm gonna be so mad at myself if I ever get good enough at this game to beat club step. I'll have to play like 500 more hours. And I've only played like 80. I crashed. Terrible. Terrible. Why would I jump there? It's not where you're supposed to jump, and I know that because I've played this level 4,500 times. Okay, let's just not jump there. That's fine. That's cool. Oh, right. You say 31, but your eyes hurt? Yeah, you know, that's the problem with Geometry Dash sometimes. You're like, are the outlines of these areas like fading and blurring, or am I actually deteriorating my eyes? You know, like, am I actually blinding myself by attempting to make sense of this? Because like here, I think that it gets fuzzier looking, and then like gradually sharper in appearance, and then fuzzier here. But it might just be why? I should not be dying there. And that's like several times that we've just done the jump there when it's a single fall into the triple jump. Very, very poor performance. All right, time to tighten up because I only have a couple more attempts. The hand is calling. The numbness. It's fine. It's not bad like it used to be, right? It's just a little bad. It's not. It feels like how it felt before, so it makes my brain very upset when it goes numb, but it's not as bad because it stops when you put the thing down. The feeling stops and it doesn't wake you up in the middle of the night, but it's hard to overcome the feelings you have associated with physical discomfort when they changed a lot of your life. All right, 40%. Blah. Come on. We just came in right there at the angle of that one. I thought we were fine. I thought we would be fine to skate down on it, but we weren't. It'll be all right. Well, yeah, 52%. Exactly. Yeah, we added on another 10%. Feels good. Cosmic, your level's close to being finished. Awesome. Good stuff. Clipped inside of the block, you think? Yeah. That was, we just came in right at that one specific angle, probably right between where the square of the top of the block and the spike of the side of the block were interacting. But I was, because there, once you hit there, you just fall 3 blocks, and then you have your double input, to go in. And I was just preparing to slide down, but it was not to be. All right. Last attempt. Unless we die like super early, but my hand cannot take much more of it. So, we can't have this slow song playing for the last of attempt. I need to get rid of it. It's a cool song. It's just not very amped to play Vidya to. A bunch of the stuff that I had in the YouTube audio library I got because I'm like, oh, this is cool. I like jazzy things, but I didn't consider what it would be like to listen to it if I'm trying to do a task like plant a bunch of wheat in Minecraft. Every time I tell someone I have a lot of wheat, I feel like they don't believe me. But sometimes they go to the wheat field themselves and they're like, "Oh, you meant a lot of wheat. You meant a lot." And I'm like, "Oh yes, you thought I was joking." They're like, "I built a big farm in Minecraft." I'm like, "Yeah, okay. It must be great for you." And they mean a reasonable amount of wheat. Anyway, I'm not trying to style on everyone with my wheat field. Well, anyway. Yeah, that's it's gotta. Yeah, that's the last one. I can't do more. There we go. 4,319 attempts. Best is 52%. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, guys. We will probably do a session tomorrow, in the afternoon-ish. But if not, then it'll probably be a week from now when we do it again. Sunday is Mother's Day, so I will be working all day and I'll be miserable. So we'll have to deal with that. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye, Evan. Bye, Cosmic. Bye, TinyZilla. Bye, Q, if you're around. Bye, Liam. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for your advice. It is 8 o'clock here, so night, but still afternoon also. But also, from a certain perspective, merely a late morning, depending on when you wake up. I took a nap today anyway, so it's fine. But I'm gonna go buy a pizza and talk to a person about how to be a druid, and then anyway, that's all for me, guys. I will perhaps see you in another stream or video if you're watching in the future. I hope the weather is nice, and that's all that I have for you today. Okay, so this song is called All the Smoke by the Soundlanes, and I love it. Alright, that's the name of it. Okay, now we're done.